Hi guys, so today we are going to see the some of the previous year questions key points on the topic of the fundamental rights. So the first one is the right to equality consists of the articles from article 14 to article 18. The next one is the right to freedom of religion. So it comes under the one of the fundamental rights. So this contains the article 25 to 28. The next one is right to freedom alone came from the article 19 to 22. And the right against exploitation article starts from the article 23rd to 24. The next one is the right of children to free and compulsory education act of 2019. So this is an act which was passed by the parliament and came to enforce in the 2010. So it was passed on the 4th August of 2009. So firstly this act was passed by parliament on 4th August 2009. Then later in 2010 it came into force. The next one is right to education RTE act, so which was enacted in the 2009. This is same as the above. So the right of children to free and compulsory education is same as the right to education act. The next one is right to information acts, which mandates the timely responses to citizens request for the government information came in 2009. So for example, so the citizens of India are they all have the rights to get the informations of what's going on in the government. So this is called as the right to information act, so which came in 2005, so which replaces the freedom of information act, which was passed in the 2002. Then it cancelled, and in 2005 the right to information act was enacted. The next one is right to move the Supreme Court by appropriate processings for the enforcement of the rights conferred in the part of the Indian Constitution is Article 33, which is, so if any fundamental right is violated, mean we have the rights to take to the appropriate Supreme Court processings by applying the any writs of the Indian Constitution. So there are 5 writs, so which was talked about in this question. So we can have the writ power for the Supreme Court according to the Article 32, and for the High Court we have the writ power according to the Article 226. So Dr. B.R. Ambedkar was called this Article 32 as the heart and soul of the Constitution, because if any violation for our fundamental rights is happened, we can get back those fundamental rights by using the article number 32. So the next one is article number 21 is, as per the interpretation by the Supreme Court of India, tapping of phone calls infringes the fundamental right provided in the article of the Constitution. So tapping of phone call means getting the phone call recordings illegally, which violates the fundamental article, so which came under the article number of 31, which is a right to privacy kind of thing, so which is called as the protection of life and personal liberty. And we have also have the right to health for a healthy life, so which comes under the article 19. And the article 19, the Supreme Court has declared access to the internet as a fundamental right under this article. So we have the right to access the internet, which came under the article number 19. So right to freedom, we have 6 types of freedom. The next one is article 17 is all about eliminating untouchability, and article 18 is all about didn't use the titles before a prefix or after suffix as a name. The next one is article 23, it prohibits the trafficking in human beings and forced labor. Article 21 is all about the privacy, good government, travel abroad, sanitation, fair and speedy trial health. So article 18 class of 1 is which is abolition of titles. For this, the Bharat Ratna award should not be used as the prefix or suffix to the recipient's name. So these are the types of questions which are asked in the previous years. And for emergency, article 19 will automatically suspended without any information. So that fundamental articles notification should have to be released by the government, and article 20 and 21 should not be suspended at any cost. So article 31A is all about the saving of laws providing for the acquisition of estates, which deals with the fundamental rights of the Indian citizen, but now it's removed. Full article 31 is removed. It has 3 parts, 31 of A, 31B, 31C. All of the 3 is removed. The next one is 31C, which talks about the saving of laws giving effect to certain directive principles, so which also removed. And 31B, validation of certain acts and regulations of fundamental rights, this also removed by Indian government. The next one is the Preventive Detention Act, which curtailed the right to freedom. The next one is Article 15. Excuse me. The next one is Article 15, which talks about the discrimination and its grounds. The Article 16 talk about the discrimination in public employment. So Article 22 talks about the protection from arrest and detention to a person. Article 32 talks about the enforcement of fundamental rights. So if any fundamental right is violated, we have the writs power. So it was talked in the Article 32. Article 20 talk about the protection in respect of conviction for offences. So Article 19 class 1 class A talks about the freedom of press, so which comes under the right to freedom. So we have the right to freedom of speech and expression. So if any fundamental rights became wrong, they became wrong, they are irrevocable or permanent. So in a significant ruling in January 2020, the Supreme Court that access the internet is a fundamental right under Indian Constitution. So accessing internet is a fundamental right for Indian citizens, which came into force on the January 2020. So next one is Article 39A talk about the free legal aid, so which came under the DPSP, which is not under the fundamental. So in some of question, many options are four out of four options. One become the like odd one out from another articles like DPSP something, but other three are fundamental. So we need to find these type of questions as well. So right to freedom of religion have the purpose to maintain the principle of secularism. Secularism basically means to have to didn't have any difference based on the religion. So the next one is J.S. Kehar. So he was the 44th Chief Justice of India. So he headed the 9-judge constitutional bench, which declares the right to privacy as the fundamental right. So these are the some of the key points of the previous year questions on the topic of fundamental right.